So a couple of days ago I made a video of me playing a game that I used to play when I was a kid, and that video actually did pretty well. So why not make a part 2, because I said at the end of the video that if the video does well I would make a part 2. So the game we're gonna talk about today is called Finding Blue. So when I searched this game on YouTube, I didn't expect to find any videos of it, maybe one or two. But to my surprise, I found a lot of videos on YouTube of people playing this game. So yeah, it's safe to say that people have heard about this game. But I'm still gonna explain the gameplay for people who never actually played this game. Okay, so I recorded a gameplay of the game and I will show it right here, but keep in mind that the English version wasn't available for some reason, so I decided to download the Korean version. It's basically the same thing, just in Korean language. So when you first open the game, you're gonna see this menu right here and you have to press play, and then you're gonna be sent to a different menu with a tutorial and level 1. Here you can buy different stuff with gold, that's what it's called. I remember it's called gold, and as you can see there are a bunch of weapons right here, and you can even buy the lightsaber from Star Wars. Once you press on the tutorial, you're gonna see a loading screen, and here you can start picking up weapons. You can jump, you can sprint, you can swap weapons, and you can hit. You're gonna start off with a bat, but you need to grab weapons like pistols and snipers to kill the blue zombies. You need to kill 4 blue zombies in total in the tutorial mode, so you can finish the tutorial mode and go to level 1. You can also find things to eat and drink to get the golden apple effect from Minecraft and get more health. If you get too close to the blue zombies, they will try to attack you, and if you don't shoot them, you're gonna be killed. You can also find other weapons like a rocket launcher and an AK-47. You can also find stars in this game, which will give you high speed and you can jump very high. But be careful when you do this, because you can fall off the map and you can die. Like I said before, in the tutorial you need to kill 4 blue zombies. Now this number will change depending on the level you are on. You can also kill stormtroopers in this game. Yay! But they don't count, so you will still have to kill the blue zombies. You can also drive cars and helicopters in this game, and you can also find animals like bears, chickens, and even a T-Rex. There are also these special levels in this game called a chicken day or something like that. It basically spawns you on an island and you will need to kill chickens instead of blue zombies and stormtroopers. Overall, a pretty strange game, but it's time to talk about the lore. So the game itself doesn't really explain the lore. It doesn't explain who we are and why are we trying to kill those blue monsters. It doesn't even explain why the blue monsters got here in the first place. But back in 2020, when this game was really popular, there was a theory posted by a user in Reddit, and that theory was really popular, but sadly it's now deleted, so I can't even show a picture of it. But thankfully I still remember the theory. So somehow a UFO crashed and those blue zombies landed on Earth, right? They started killing people, biting people, and eventually turned other people into blue entities as well. So after that they keep spreading the virus everywhere, and more people are starting to get infected by that blue virus. After that they basically start making their own kingdoms, and yeah, they pretty much take over the whole world. And you are actually the hero of this story, because you're basically the only one left. You need to find guns left on the ground by other people that are already infected or dead, and you need to kill those blue entities to find a cure and basically save everyone. But how do you know who the infected one is and who's not the infected one, because those entities basically look the same, right? Well, remember when I said that those goofy ass looking stormtroopers don't count when you kill him? You basically only need to kill the blue entities or zombies or whatever you wanna call them. Well, those stormtroopers don't count because those stormtroopers are actually humans that got infected by those blue entities. That's why they don't count, because you basically need to save them, not kill them. And that's the end of the theory. Now, this theory is a pretty good theory actually. I don't know why I know why that user deleted the theory, because this is actually a really cool theory. But keep in mind that this is just a theory, a game theory. I don't know if we will ever know the actual lore of this game, because the original developers never really worked on the lore that much, and maybe because the game actually stopped getting updates. But why would the developers stop updating their successful games? That doesn't make any sense, right? Well, I think it's time to talk about the history behind this game. Now, the history of this game is really cool, but also sad. This game was released all the way back in 2016, but it wasn't really that popular because the game didn't really got any updates and the game just started getting boring. After some time, the company that made the game, Big Airsoft, actually would start and update the game. They released 2 more versions of the game, but in different languages. But even after all that, people still really didn't care about this game. But that will all change in 2020 when a certain virus was keeping everyone inside and we couldn't really go outside and we had nothing better to do than just play games. So in 2020 people actually started to download the game again just for the nostalgia, and the game got really popular. At this point, Big Airsoft knew that people really loved this game, and for some reason they still didn't release any new updates. The Korean version received its last update in 2018, and the English version only received 1 update in August 2, 2016. They only released 1 update in 2020 on their HD version of the game, which is kinda strange because in 2022 they started uploading gameplay videos of their own game on YouTube, and after that they just went quiet. No more updates, no more videos on YouTube. They just disappeared, and people really miss them and want them to return and update this game once and for all, because the game is really old, alright? Especially the English version. They just forgot about the English version. You can only play the Korean version on newer phones. You cannot play the English version because the English version is too old and you cannot play it on newer phones. You need an old device to play the English version. And the weird part is that you cannot even find anything on Google about Big Airsoft, or Big Air for short. I also tried to search their logo on YouTube and see if, there are some kind of pictures of this logo, the Big Air logo that we always see when we open the Finding Blue game. But I didn't find anything about the company at all, just this website made by this Korean dude. And he tells us that he somehow got a hacked version of Finding Blue HD, which apparently costs money, and he also tells us that we can download the hacked version of the game right here. Now when you actually go at the bottom, there is no link but another text from him saying that he got in trouble for doing this actually, so yeah, the link won't be there anymore. But at least now we know that the blue zombies are called blue moons and the stormtrooper looking ones are called white guys. You know what, I'm just gonna stick with what I call them, blue zombie and stormtroopers because those names are really stupid. I also found a YouTube channel that has a profile picture with this logo, and it kinda looks similar to the Big Airsoft logo. But other than that strange website and this really similar looking profile picture from a YouTube channel, I couldn't find anything about this company. It's like they just disappeared off the face of the earth. But then I thought to myself, never back down. Never what? Never give up. Then I had to do it. I had to turn into Detective Goldman and continue searching. So I did. I spent hours and hours trying to find something. And finally, I did. I have found this website, and this is probably the only website that talks about this game. Now the website says that the company who created the game actually went bankrupt. That's bad, really bad. So that explains why we have no updates for the game and why they just disappeared. But why and how? The game was really popular and they were making a lot of money, right? Well, what if I tell you that there is a dark side to this whole story? Because I actually found out why they actually went bankrupt. And yeah, this is really fucked up. Before I continue, please do not install this game from sketchy websites and apps like Aptoid, Happy Mode, and many stuff like that, because I just tried to install the English version of the game, and yeah, guess what? When I opened the game, it asked me for permission if it can make calls on my device. Oh hell nah, I denied the permission, I closed the app, I closed everything, and I deleted the app. Thankfully, it was one of those viruses that you can delete easily and you won't get in trouble. That is if you deny the permission. If you actually accept the permission, of course it will steal your data. Do not fuck around with this shit, alright? If you really want to play this game and the English version isn't available, you can download the Korean version from the Play Store. You don't need to go on Happy Mode or Aptoid to download the English version, because yeah, it's a virus. But what does this have to do with the original game from the Play Store? Well, see, even if the Play Store and the creators of the game say that this game is safe and it won't steal your data and all that, this isn't exactly true. It will probably not affect your data at all, but it is still gonna affect your device somehow. You see, when you go to the description of the game on the Play Store, you can actually see what permissions the game may ask you to accept. Take a look at the Korean and the HD version. They don't really ask you for that much. The only sketchy thing on here is the internet access. Why would you need internet to play an offline game? That doesn't make any sense, right? But take a look at the English version. Holy shit! Why would you need permission to access my storage, media and gallery and delete things and modify things on there? Why would you possibly need this, alright? An offline game doesn't need access to all of that, okay? Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that the company who made the game wants to steal your data and all that, and they made a game disguised as a virus, but it's kinda strange, don't you think? Why does the English version have to ask for these permissions when the Korean and the HD version don't? I have a theory, and I think that the company who made the game, Big Air, aren't really evil. They are not trying to steal your data, or else they would have done that a long time ago. You see, when you don't update a game and you just abandon the game can go crazy. It can get fucked up. It has a lot of glitches, bugs and all that needs to be fixed. But if you don't update the game, yeah, of course it will do this. I bet that the Korean version and the HD version had the same problem when they released, but it got fixed because they actually ended up getting new updates. Now this is just a theory, I'm not defending them, alright? Let me make this clear. This is just my theory, because if they really wanted to steal your data, they would have done that a long time ago. But you as developers, you can't just abandon your game like that, even if it's a different version of the game. You can't just leave that on there. People will get those permissions when they download the game, and they will be like, what the fuck is this? And they will uninstall your game and never download it again. That's why I think that they went bankrupt. When people saw the permissions, they were like, oh hell nah. They uninstalled the game and stopped downloading the game, and eventually the company went bankrupt because they couldn't make money anymore. And with that being said, I really hope that one day the company will return somehow and, you know, make new games and release new updates for their games and stuff like that, because Finding Blue was one of my favorite games when I was a kid. And that was the story of Finding Blue, a really nostalgic mobile game created by a company that sadly went bankrupt. And with that being said, if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more content from me and all that, you can always help me by clicking the like button and clicking the subscribe button, because that would help me a lot. And who knows, maybe I will make a part 3, because making those videos for you guys, it's just fun, okay? I really enjoy making those videos for you guys, and yeah, they are a pain in the ass to edit, but hey, it is fun going deep into the lore of those companies and what happened to them and their games. And with that being said, I will see you all in my next video. Goodbye.